Mr. Boo.
Hey everybody, it is I, Mr. Boo, the Entertainment Guru, Mr. Boo, Entertainment Guru, right here on YouTube. And we are back with another Wwe 2K25 video. That is right, we have Tatum Paxley's first look here. First look at her entrance in the new NXT arena. Once again, we have the great lighting, the great motion capture. The attire is just popping off. The graphics, again, look pretty good. Tatum Paxley definitely scanned into this video game, but these entrances today are not the only thing we are talking about, as today we also got the Bloodline Dynasty Showcase trailer. So right after Tatum Paxley makes her entrance here, we will get into that. We will point some things out, and it will be commentary only because they used Roman Reigns' theme song for the trailer, and I don't need no copyrights. Yes, Roman Reigns right there starting the trailer off. Yokozuna dropping the leg drop on Hogan. You got Peter Maivia. You got the Wild Samoans, Rocky Maivia. It's all about the Bloodline, baby. All about the Bloodline. We're seeing some alternate attires here with Rikishi and Naomi. We've got Yokozuna and Hogan. We've got Hunter Hearst Helmsley versus Rocky Maivia. Everything just looks so good. We've got the Islanders here in a dream match versus the Steiners. Great WrestleMania. There's that alternate attire. Great WrestleMania arena, by the way. And he's dropping it down on Stone Cold right there. This looks wonderful. There's the Money in the Bank match. Roman beating down on Seth. We've got some dream matches here. AOP, our first look at AOP come through in this trailer here, as well as the first look at the Steiners, and some matches, alternate attires, and arenas. And not only do we have the Bloodline Showcase trailer and Tatum Paxley's entrance, but we have, speaking of the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa's Bloodline, the first look at his Bloodline faction. We got Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu there in the rear, and of course we have Tama Loa and Tama Tonga. We have the new Bloodline looking tough, looking strong, looking spot on from the motion captures, the facial scans, the attires, everything. Look at Jacob Fatu just back there pacing, just ready to pounce on the next opponent. This is a really well done entrance, and of course the updated SmackDown arena for Friday Night SmackDown. The lighting is on par again. I think the entrances this year, minus the American Alpha copy-paste job, looks great. And most of these people look fantastic. And definitely all four members here. I love you, Sikoa. I'll hold the ropes for you there, Jacob Fatu says. I think all of the Bloodline here look fantastic. Like I said, from their facial scans to their motion captures to their attire to the lighting, this is a wonderful, wonderful Bloodline entrance. And speaking of Bloodline, going back to that trailer, they also dropped a ringside report alongside it, and we're going to deep dive into what the ringside report has to say about the Bloodline Dynasty Showcase. And with that said, we're going to jump right into the ringside report, as it states, with Roman Reigns gracing the cover of Wwe 2K25 and the two feuding factions of the Bloodline front and center in the new Bloodline edition. There's no better way to further the Bloodline's family legacy than with this year's showcase, aptly called 2K Showcase, the Bloodline Dynasty. It's a great privilege for all involved to pay tribute to the Anaya family in the first of its kind documentary-style look at the legendary family, hosted by the wise man, Paul Heyman. Heyman will provide historical context for each featured member of the Anoa'i Fatu and Maivia families leading into their showcase matches. Players will also hear from superstars like Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, who will break down their retrospective matches and give personal insight for other Dynasty members. But before we get to the showcase match list, which yes, there is a match list, let's dive deeper into other changes and updates to this year's mode. When developing this year's showcase, we wanted to change the way players experienced the game, and one of the most notable differences will be with the reintroduction of cinematics during each match. This year, full cutscenes make their return, keeping you immersed in the game at all times. Players will also notice 2 additional changes in this year's mode. Full entrances are now included. They are back. Full entrances are back. Commentary is now featured during each match. This also replaces music as part of the presentation. And then, with that being said, we also got a new glimpse at Triple H Hunter Hearst Helmsley's screenshot right here. And let me tell you something, yeah, that old school Raw arena is looking fresh. And we're going to dive right back in. As it says, as has been the case with the prior showcases, players will be presented with different objectives throughout a match that, if completed, will allow players to earn each available unlockable reward. One new wrinkle to this objective system is that we have added timed objectives to each match, adding an extra challenge to the mix while keeping the action moving. We then start to look at the match list. As it states, as the team started putting together the match list for this year's showcase, it presented a unique opportunity to take from different eras of the family's dynasty and introduce legends like The Rock's grandfather, High Chief Peter Maivia, the Wild Samoans in Afa and Sika, 3-minute warning in Rosie and Jamal, and the Islanders, Tama and Haku, one-time members of the vaunted Heenan family. As part of 2K Showcase, the Bloodlines Dynasty, we have divided the matches into 3 categories: Relive History, Change History, and Create History. Relive History allows fans to retrace the steps that legendary superstars took on the path to victory. And as we get a shot of Mr. Fuji and Yokozuna, it says Change History will give fans the opportunity to avoid what was a heartbreaking loss and instead turn it into a victory for various members of the Bloodline family. And lastly, Create History places you in dream matches that will see eras clash in the center of the ring. And there's a match list, so now onto the match list itself, everyone. In the Relive History part, we have Yokozuna with Mr. Fuji versus Hulk Hogan, King of the Ring 93, Rocky Maivia and Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Thursday Raw, Thursday 2/13/97. The Usos versus The New Day with Big E in a Hell in a Cell at Hell in a Cell 17. Solo Sikoa versus Carmelo Hayes with Trick Williams on NXT 2.0 9/13/22. And Nia Jax versus Lyra Valkyria, King and Queen of the Ring 2024. And after reliving it, we will be changing it. History, that is. Change history. The Headshrinkers versus Steiner Brothers at WrestleMania. Rikishi versus Stone Cold Steve Austin at No Mercy 2000. Umaga with Armando Estrada versus John Cena at New Year's Revolution 07. Tamina versus Natalya versus Carmella versus Charlotte Flair versus Becky Lynch at Money in the Bank 2017. Then we have Naomi versus Bayley at Super Showdown 2020. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins at the Royal Rumble also in 2022. And last but not least, we will be creating history. Create history. High Chief Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steel. 3-minute warning versus AOP with Paul Ellering. The Wild Samoans versus the Dudley Boys. The OG Bloodline versus Solo's Bloodline. War Games. And the Islanders versus the Street Profits. Now, with this 2K ringside report, we also got some more screenshots here. Let's throw them up. First up, we got Lyra Valkyria with the wings and the full bodysuit at King and Queen of the Ring, looking good. We got High Chief Peter Maivia also looking fantastic. Love the aesthetic, love the outfit. And lastly, we got Umaga with Armando Estrada, looking fantastic. They all are. And as they all stand there acknowledging each other, let's acknowledge the Islanders with Bobby the Brain Heenan also looking fantastic in that screenshot. And from screenshots right on back to the ringside report text, as players progress through each match and compete objectives, over 70 rewards will be unlockable and fall into one of these categories: Legends, alternate attires for WWE Superstars, Managers, Championships, Arenas, and My Faction cards. As we see some of these alternate attires as they flash by, we get right back into it with, we won't spoil each unlockable, but there is plenty to earn throughout the mode, and we'll let fans discover them themselves. That'll do it for the ringside report, but stay tuned. Wait, there's more. For upcoming editions covering My Rise, My GM, Universe, and more. So that brings us to a close, and we took a look at screenshots entrances, the new showcase mode trailer, and we read the ringside report. Leave a comment down below on what you think about any and all of this. And if you want to support the channel, well, give it a like, a subscribe. You know what to do. Ring that notification bell if you will. I've been Mr. Boo Entertainment Guru. This has been WWE 2K25 News. And until next time, well, as always, you know what I am. I am out.